Let's talk
ROI.
about Dragon Age the Veilguard,
Oh,
which is
here we go.
currently right now 54,000 people playing it in game.
I peaked today at 84,000, I think.
It says 74 peak.
No, it peaked at 84.
Okay, they need to update
84
this.
and a half. Has anyone played it except for me?
I've played it a couple of times. It is a very bad video game.
It's an okay action RPG, but it's a bad Dragon Age game.
Exactly. Like that's
the
the
way I
if
would
it was
word it.
You should have been
just an
streaming it,
ARPG.
Endymion.
Sorry?
That you should have streamed it. Az has he's had almost 2,500 people watching him play that game consistently all week.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, for me playing it, I don't know how much you want me to talk about my experience with it, but pretty much the way I explained it in one of my videos was Veilguard is as if you watched Infinity War, but Thanos gets defeated in the first 20 minutes.
Dang.
And then one of the children of Thanos is the main villain for the rest of the game. That's pretty much what the game is. Because the whole reason why any actual Dragon Age fan is playing this is to find out about Solus, which is one of the companions from Inquisition. So you find, I guess, spoilers for Inquisition a little bit, but the whole setup of Veilguard is basically that Solus is Fen-Harel. He's like this elven god. He's basically like Loki, if you will, of the Dragon Age world. And he wants to merge the world of magic and dreams with the physical world to bring back elven power. Anyway, you beat him in the first 20 minutes. You straight up just beat him. You push over a statue and he gets beaten, and that's it. And now the main villains are these two elven gods that are just mustache twirling villains. And that's the plot of the game. And for anyone that's played Inquisition, you probably would have wanted to play as the Inquisitor from Inquisition, obviously, because it would have been a much, more personal attachment to this. But instead, you play Rook, who is just some person that Varric. So Varric is this dwarven guy from Dragon Age 2, and he's playable in Dragon Age Inquisition as well. And Varric's in Veilguard as well. So yeah, Rook, the person you play, Varric just found Rook randomly, depending on your origin, I guess. And that's who you play. You're just some guy that he found. You know what I mean? So the way I explained it in the video is if Solus is Thanos and the Inquisitor is Iron Man, and we're in Infinity War right now, you're playing Mantis from Guardians of the Galaxy. You're playing you're playing Drax the Destroyer. You're just some random guy that doesn't really have anything to do with anything, but you're just kind of there. You know what I mean?
Well, let me ask you guys this. Do you think that this is a W for the modern audience?
I mean, it's probably more of a success than the other games that have failed this year, definitely, but I don't think it's a massive success of any kind. I mean, when you compare it to the other games that have come out that are within the same genre, I mean, Cyberpunk debuted at over 1 million players, even Dragon's Dogma 2, which is, I would argue, not even close to as well known or as big as Dragon Age. That debuted on Steam with 220,000 players. And this can't even break 100 yet. So
do you have no choice but to become trans as the main character?
No. So the way that works is
I saw that clip from
Asmongold, right? Yeah. No. So what that is because again, I'm reviewing the game, I'm playing it. So you basically, the opening happens, you defeat Solus, which is just stupid as hell, and then the rest of the game happens. You basically take over Solus's headquarters within the Fade, which is this dream world. It's called the Lighthouse, and in your room you have this thing that you can kind of, it's like Solus's mirror, because anyway, you click on the mirror and there's a few options that you can look through, and one of the options is you can change your pronouns basically and identify as transgender if you want to, but you don't have to, of course. I mean, I didn't do that, obviously. But at any point in the game, you can go to this giant mirror that's in the middle of the lighthouse, and you can change your gender, your pronouns, your skin color, like everything. You can change it anytime you want. Just go back to the main hub and you can change it anytime you want to anything, which is stupid, but it is what it is. That's what they did.
Remember when you could do those things, those sorts of things, but it was just like male and female. It was just the binary,
Yeah. I want to set up the scene before Flash shows it. So the girl in the middle with the blue top, that's Isabella from Dragon Age 2. So she is like, her character archetype is basically horny pirate. She sleeps with anyone and anything in Dragon Age 2. That's who she is.
Okay,
So she's
you made me interested
cameo in this game. This girl on the left here with the white shirt and the black hair, that's Bellara. She is a Asian elf who is a veil jumper.
Which one
Basically,
is
just a quirky scientist.
the girl with the afro?
She doesn't have an afro.
Asian
It's like a big bun.
Oh,
The guy in the red there, that's just Rook, so you can look like however you want, whatever you make. So that's just like custom character. And then the girl here with the horns, her name is Tosh, and she is basically the one that wants to be non-binary. That's her entire.
was she a monster, a demon anyway?
Do you have to take Tosh with you? Can you just dump her off somewhere?
Tosh is the last character that I have to unlock yet. I haven't done the quest to get her, but from what I can tell, you can't, like, as far as I know anyway, so far, you can't kick anyone out of your party.
I would
guess
just
you can
not pick Tosh up.
You can just kind of
I don't
leave
wanna
her in
deal
the
with your
lighthouse if
whiny
you
ass
want
quest.
and never use her if you want to do that. Besides, if
saying
you want to
her.
do her,
Stop.
character
Stick her
quest.
back in the closet.
Is it a her? You keep saying
She
her.
Say
but
them.
you
starts
give me
with
the-
her, but
Let's
she
set
wants
this
to
gendering
be.
I know we're gonna
She
set-
wants to be
All right,
non-binary.
One at a
yeah,
time.
we're gonna set this scene. So he wants to know. We're gonna educate you right now, Rhino.
Yeah.
Holding that snake's nose. She's still holding the ruby in her other hand. Maker's panties. I was so proud.
Those panties.
Oh,
Ah, shit. They're still holding
Oh
it.
my
So
God.
Oh, misgendered.
Yeah.
How
What do you
dare
do?
you?
pulling above.
oh, okay. A barv.
Hey, this is
Tradition in the Lords of Fortune from one of our old members.
How gay
Barb.
was that?
Good guy,
This is
but
a
like
weird
most of us,
game.
his
So she
plans
does
went
push-ups
sideways a
because
lot.
she
Bad
misgendered
blood
Tosh.
on your crew's not good for morale.
Oh, that's
but
a-
there's
that's
not
a
always time for
penalty.
big drawn-out apologies.
And you notice how
So
Tosh
when
doesn't
one of
say
us screws up and we
anything.
know we've screwed
Yeah.
up, we do a quick
She just
10 to put it
smirking.
right. Pulling above.
I also
So
wish to
gay.
point out she takes the
There we go.
female out there and only does 5 out of the 10.
Yep.
Pause right here. Pause right here. Look at the back of Tasha's hair. She even
Oh,
has.
saved.
She even has that. Yeah.
Oh, the shave. Yes.
Yeah.
God, this game looks like cringe, dude. The whole thing is cringe.
Here's the thing though. Since I've played it, I will give credit where it's due. Like they do push stuff in your face. Tosh is definitely the biggest perpetrator of this in the game. This and the stuff in the beginning with like the trans stuff. But from what I've noticed, out of all the companions, she's the only one that is like this. Like every other companion is pretty milk toast, to be honest with you. Nothing really special about them, but she's the only one that's like that's her character plot. Like that is who she is. Her whole thing is about.
Did you see the video?
gender.
There's a video of her. One of the missions is going to her mother and coming out. I'll play it.
which
I'll play
also,
it.
by the way, doesn't make sense for Kunari. So her race, the Kunari, basically in the Kunari culture, because I know a lot about Dragon Age. I played all the games. I love this world, and this one's unfortunately what happened. But anyway, so the Kunari are basically a race of people that they're not known as he, she, they, or anything like that. They're known by their status. So like, if I were to talk to you, I would say you're a worker, or you're a baker, you're a soldier. Like that's how they see people. Like they can have nicknames. So her name isn't even Tosh technically. Her name's probably Warrior or something in Kunari. So the only reason why she's like this and she hasn't been killed for it is probably because she rejects the Kyun, and the Kyun is like the religious text that the Kunari follow, and so she's probably I haven't recruited her yet. It's literally the next mission I have, but she's probably what's called Tal Vishoth. So Tal Vishoth in Dragon Age, it basically means you're like an apostate of the Kunari, of the Kyun. So that's the only reason why she's doing this. So like this shit does not exist in Dragon Age, but it does because of modern audience nonsense. But there you go.
Bro, you're kind of a good
I'm glad the
salesman because
Lords
I
of
kind of
Fortune
want to
have-
play this.
If you're gonna play Dragon Age, I would say play Dragon Age Origins because it's amazing. It's an
Okay.
amazing game. Because by the way, if no one knows this, BioWare made Baldur's Gate 2 and stuff like that, like way back in the day, and they wanted to control their own IP because obviously they don't own Dungeons and Dragons. So,
bro, that's funny. You just read my mind real quick, real fast. Is this like Dungeons and Dragons?
so this is BioWare's version of D&D with their own unique stuff.
Okay.
So that's why this is the way that it is. Like I said, Dragon Age Origins, if anyone hasn't played it, please play Dragon Age Origins. Amazing game. It's so damn good. Dragon Age 2, not as good, but that's because EA only gave them a year and a half to make it. And then if you play Inquisition, in my opinion, I love that game. I think that game's amazing. That game is like this world's Avengers Infinity War, if you will, like story-wise.
Real quick,
But,
a little sidetrack. Did you guys see? I finally went back and watched some of Tim Pool's like crying about having to work.
Nah, I want to see
Did
that.
you
though.
see that? Holy shit, man!
We need to see that.
How many people like have like actual hard jobs that watch his show?
Me?
And like he's like whining about streaming. Holy dude.
Tash is back.
Oh, Tash isn't the first non-binary member of the Lords.
Really?
It was a little before your time, but Horlicks was one of ours.
Huh.
Bastard looked better than I did in a dress or pants. And out of them, too.
See, like I said, she's with everybody.
Man. Piquing my
Any
interest.
reason you can't just apologize?
Sometimes people say, oops, sorry, and hope that fixes it. But they just want to get the whole thing over with. Trust me, I know. But pulling a barf, you sweat a little. Makes you think about it a little more. Shows the other person you mean it.
What if they mean it when they say they're sorry, though?
And that's the other reason. Some people
Man, this
mess
is
up
so
and get all
dumb.
dramatic.
The whole dialogue's
They
just
make
been
it
about
about
this
them.
stuff.
What does this have to do with killing dragons?
Yeah.
Nothing. Absolutely nothing. It's just a virtue
No,
signal.
that's
Did you notice
that's a big complaint against this game is that a lot of the writing just kind of feels like it's basically
okay.
the characters
why
do
that is,
not
but-
talk about themselves per se. They more talk about what they're doing, whereas older Dragon Age characters were the opposite, and that's why they were so interesting.
Well,
So-
I've seen
Notice-
the talent they've brought in for this game, and not a
Yeah.
lot of social experience, I'd say, with these ones, and it shows. It shows in the writing. They all kind of talk like children.
Well,
Yeah,
even
that's-
for
yeah.
When
puzzles,
the
I like
blue- the
seeing
girl
like
in
they're
the-
children. It's ridiculous. It's like you can only make a puzzle as smart as you are, and so
Yeah, the
it's
puzzles.
just-
Oh my
the
god!
people
Yeah,
are
the
so
puzzles in this game are
stupid
like
because
Horizon
they can't
Zero
make
Dawn.
intelligent puzzles.
You
Yeah.
can't go anywhere either. I saw like as.
Oh
we're
no! So
sitting-
like there is exploration. Like I said, I've played the game, so like there's certain areas you can go back to, and they're kind of like hubs, and they have like separate levels within them, and they kind of expand as you play the game. So like you can go to like Minrathis, which is like the hub of magic, if you will, in the Dragon Age world. You can go to Treviso, which is kind of like a town for like roguish assassins. It's always dark. You can go to like the necropolis of Navarra, which is like they kind of worship the dead. A lot of different stuff. Yeah, that's the mirror that you click on. That's Solus's mirror from
that you can
Inquisition.
change.
50. I got a 54-second clip here that sums up IGN's 9 out of 10. Okay,
Oh my
I'm gonna just
God.
play this 54-second clip.
No, it wasn't 7. It was 9.
That was 9 out of 10.
Oh,
Just
This is
quickly,
why.
did you notice how shattered the non-binary person was when the other one said that she wasn't the first? It's like, damn, I'm not the first non-binary dragon slayer person thing or whatever.
Right, so 9 out of 10. That's what this game got.
Yeah.
This is why. You ready?
Yeah, we
And
ready.
while we've been asked by
What's
the
with the
devs
side
not to
mouth?
spoil specifically who I'm talking about here, as a non-binary person myself,
Oh, here we
Veilguard
go.
Oh, fuck
includes some
that
of the most
shit.
authentic representation of coming to terms with general gender stuff and having to navigate your family's reaction to it I've yet to see in a game.
I
This
like
is
It
that.
doesn't
Tash.
feel like an after-school special or like I'm being pandered to. It's quite well
Yes, it
handled.
fucking does.
It seems like it panders quite a bit.
And
It does,
finding
yeah.
out that the writer
It
for
does.
this character is non-binary themselves
Mhm.
did not surprise me at all.
oh my
A
God.
damn good looking hero, if I
9.
do say so.
Yeah,
Out of
I mean,
10.
definitely. If you go look at all the
I
reviews,
really
they gave
wanna
it like 10 out of 10 and 9 out of 10. A lot of them don't address the glaring issues with the game. Like I said, like the writing is not up to BioWare standards at all. Like I can attest to that. The combat it's fine. It's kind of mindless, to be honest with you. It's just the fact that like the game's story and the writing, those are the worst parts of the game. Absolutely 100%. There's no like defending that at all. Especially if you compare it to like Inquisition or Origins. It's you know, you can't even play a bad guy in Veilguard, which is like stupid because BioWare was the home of like player choice, you know? Like in Origins, you can play pretty much like an evil warden if you want to. Inquisition, you can be an anti-hero, but this game is like, no. You can't even use blood magic if you're a mage in this game, which is like, because it's not heroic enough, which is stupid.
Oh,
So,
I
yeah.
got it.
You
I
bring
got
up a
it.
good point there. The you can't play evil, and that's because the entire game is written to be affirmative. You can't be
Yeah.
an asshole. You can't play a bad guy. You can't say anything negative. Even the thorniest, most aggressive options you pick is just mealy mouth reinforcements. That is how it is written. It's one
Yeah.
long pep talk. At no point do the characters even seem like they're afraid of what's happening. The world is ending, and they're having goddamn tea parties because they
Yeah.
know they're not in danger.
Yeah, this game is like a 6 out of 10 that constantly goes down to like a 5 out of 10 because
Could
of all
you
the
be
modern
evil in
audience
the other
nonsense.
ones if you wanted to?
I wouldn't say fully evil, but like you could definitely be an
I mean,
anti-hero
you
in
could
the
be
other
pretty
Dragon Ages.
evil.
Yeah, in Mass Effect, you could be a renegade. So like, yes.
You
But
could
this one,
sacrifice the
no.
Dalish elves to werewolves in Origin.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put some ice. in my
Origin's
glass. I'll be right
amazing.
back.
Like Origin's is so good.
So don't buy this game.
I
Uh,
wouldn't be buying it.
if anyone is really interested in this game, I would honestly say if you absolutely have to play it, which I don't really think you need to, but if you really want to play it, deep sale at best. And like I said, just go play Origins. Go play Origins or Inquisition. Those are much better games in every way, personally.
And
So,
you said the studio is
I'm back.
called BioWare.
yeah, they're in Edmonton.
Is BioWare when they first came out? They came out with that game where you was like in this underwater thing, and this guy in this big ocean suit was trying to kill you throughout the game. You know what I'm talking about?
That's Bioshock.
It's BioShock, yeah. That's made by Irrational.
That's even
That
the
company
same
doesn't
thing,
exist
Jay. What do
anymore,
you-
Oh my
unfortunately.
BioShock, great. game.
Although that is a good comparison because BioShock Infinite took like, I don't know, like almost 10 years to
I
make.
love that game.
And that game
game-
that game sold like 11 million copies.
It's a
And,
masterpiece.
and Irrational still shut down because it took
Isn't
too
that
long to make
crazy?
the game.
Wow,
So
it's so good. But I almost like that one out of out of all three the best. I love
Yeah.
BioShock Infinite. It's so good.
they would never make a game like Infinite today. Never.
No.
It's too it actually talks about racism in like an actual poignant way, and they would never do it.
Here's the coming out to the mom scene. Thought I could watch a little bit of this.
Oh,
Yeah.
I haven't watched this one yet.
Oh.
I saw the like the meme version where they
Yeah.
were talking over it, but I haven't watched the actual thing.
Yeah, it's cringe.
Vegetables.
Thank you.
Shout out to Seinfeld.
The- Oh,
Yes,
this
Niall
is
made
her-
this.
This is her mom, by the way. So this is Tasha's mom across the table. I want to set that up. And
Okay.
this is the first thing she says when she sits down. You ready?
So I'm non-binary.
What does that mean?
It means I don't feel like a man or a woman.
If you are neither a man nor a woman, then what are you?
Non-binary. I just said, and I'm
Oh
going
my
to
god,
say
I thought
instead
this
of
was
she from
parody.
now
This
on.
is real.
Because I have criticized your dress or your manners.
It isn't.
Under the clue, the term for one whose gender does not match the one given to them at birth was a cuniflock. Perhaps you are like that.
Why do you have to keep picking at it? Why can't you just be happy for me?
Evatosh, chakra to ebra.
Okay.
Even if I don't feel like I fit, even if I feel wrong?
No, you misunderstood.
Oh my god.
She's mad because you're a disappointment, Tosh.
Thank you for inviting me to your home.
Honestly, played it.
Let's see who they put in the bracket.
Yeah, like the thing about this is like if you remove Tosh from the game, it's still not a great game, but Tosh just brings everything down with the stupid shit that she brings to the table. And it's so obvious. And I mean, like, I talked to Smash JT about this. He talked to someone at BioWare, and like he told me who it was and stuff. And I was like, when he told me, I couldn't believe it, dude. Like the shit that's happening at that studio right now is they're not the same anymore. Because BioWare always used to do socially progressive things, I guess you could say. They had like, people of different colors and in positions of power, but
true, but they also gave all their characters great asses and they zoomed in on them.
It felt authentic. And the problem with like Veilguard, for example, is that I've noticed while I've played, every single villain so far, like side villain, whatever, is a white guy.
White guy.
Like
yes.
unanimously, white men are always the villain every time. Like you run into this one kid who's like he's like a blood mage or whatever, and he's like a rich white kid. His dad gets him out. White kid. His dad's obviously white. The captain guard that protects him is a white guy who find out is corrupted. Like, and it keeps happening,
The corrupted mayor of the village, a white guy.
Yeah, exactly.
The dude who owns the massive like demon torture prison, a white guy.
It's all white guys. It's all white guys across the board. I think there's like one female villain so far. I haven't met her yet. She's for Lucanus' storyline, but like everyone that's a bad guy in this game pretty much is white men. And it's so blatantly obvious. It's awful. And that kind of shit takes me out immediately.